Hi traders, so in today's video I want to talk about how to trade in a crisis situation, because this war between Russia and Ukraine, I have seen so many people traded like monkeys, like there is no tomorrow, and I want to give you a list that you can follow when there is a crisis situation is happening in a world like this, and how to not blow your account in a situation like this. As you may already have seen, my account that I started with the $100, I did some interesting moves there, and at the end of the video I want to talk about that as well. Now it is at 80%, and it is, I would say, it is still too much, just too much, but we will see what will happen in the world and how my strategy will, if it will remain profitable or not. Because trading is all about statistics, and I won't say any exact numbers what are my expectation. So first of all, if you can, trade with a robot that is using stop loss, take profit, dynamic exit, and safety filters and features built into it. A robot that doesn't use martingale strategies, grid strategies, and it doesn't use scalping techniques. These are the main elements, because if you are trading in a crisis situation, if you decide to trade and not just wait until everything becomes normal again, then you are taking a higher risk than usual. So you have to consider it as a high risk speculation, really, instead of trading. Especially if you are a day trader. If you're a long-term trader, it is a whole different thing. But use an expert advisor, a robot that won't take unnecessary trades, won't take many trades after another, just because it lost money or because it made money, because that is not the way to go. Like, there are traders who, in this situation, are trading with 100 trades per day, for example. That is not normal, and that is 100% the way to blow your account. So don't do that. Trade with an expert advisor that has the features I mentioned earlier, and that is holding a trade for approximately 1 to 14 days. So don't trade with any expert that is only holding a trade for less than 1 day. That is a gambling kind of, that if it trades on average for less than 1 day, that is just gambling. Go to the casino, because that has higher chances to win for you. So the second thing is, don't trade based on emotions, because all the big banks and hedge funds that are basically soulless entities, they want you to feel your emotions very deeply and trade based on them. It is completely normal if you feel your emotions very deeply, but then just quit trading for a while when some crisis in the world is happening, because that is absolutely a human thing to do. But don't gamble away your money and just give it to some soulless big banks and hedge funds, because they expect you to do that. And the absolute just reason to do that is because it always works. And if you take a look at the IG client index in these situations, and I did that, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was crazy. For example, on the Euro USD pair, when it was just falling, most people traded that in the opposite direction. They took trades and in the direction that indicates that they thought the Euro USD pair will go upwards. And it was so sad to see that for days most of the traders in the markets were losing money constantly, because the Euro USD just went down, down and down. It was completely a free fall, and it was on many pairs. It was on the minor and the exotic pairs as well, on the European Union's smaller countries' currencies. They were all falling compared to the US dollar, but people took trades in their favor, and they were falling like there is no bottom. And it was sad to see, and it was because most traders listen to the mainstream media outlets and they listen to no logic trading. And if you believe just one side of the story and one side of the media, just one stream of media tells you, you will lose. So my third recommendation is to always read all the news sources, not just one. So don't just read the Western media, the Western newspapers. Don't just listen to the Western news, because most people do that. Also, you should always read the main sources of media, for example in Russia, China, or like India, or the Middle East, and all the important factors, economic factors that will affect the markets. Because if you put all these informations together, you will find out that there is no one media that is telling the truth. All media has bias against one or another, and you can't listen to just one of them. You should put all the information together and realize that all of them are lying for a part. So there is no media that tells you the entire truth. You have to figure out yourself. It is basically it is the basic of trading. You have to put the informations together and make a very good decision based on that. That is high probability, based on your stop loss, take profit ratios and your statistics. And the last thing is, if you are not comfortable with trading in high volatility markets, if your emotions are just a too high level, I recommend to quit trading for a certain period of time when there is the extreme volatility, because it just doesn't worth it that you blow your entire account at that stage and then you can't trade for a year, for example. So it just doesn't worth it. And I hope you enjoyed this video and you found some informations that are valuable. And I want to tell you one more thing, and that is that I always recommend to trade with an ECN or STP broker. Don't trade with market makers, because they are in the market to just take your money, and you don't want to give your money to soulless market maker brokers. And I partnered with Forex that has ECN accounts, and I made sure that they truly care about my subscribers and my watchers, and that they won't just walk away in the bad situations, and that they always care for my subscribers, my watchers, and you know, everybody who is opening accounts with them through my channel. So I made that sure, and I will put the link in the description. It is an ECM broker, not a market maker, and it is a broker that is trustworthy. That is not an easy thing to find because there are so many bad brokers, and that is the first broker that I thought it would actually worth to partner with. So take care and trade safely. Ciao.